always talking about date your age, date your age. I want to date my wage, so come on with it.
Well, you talking?
As a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak.
Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one, but Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this.
She's so young that she could pop out. 20. She 23.
Donnell.
20. Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the?
You like him young, though.
Don't do that.
Listen, things are not looking good for your boy Shannon Sharpe. We got a lot of old videos resurfacing, and let's just say it's making him look a certain way. Right now, he got some serious accusations, and let's just say, listening to the phone call, it sounds like it was a two-way street. You know, if you ask me, a full even exchange. Let's see how this is about to go down. Sit back and react with your boy. In the meantime, I will reserve my judgment. We all know how this plays out right here. I mean, the way I see it, this looks targeted. This looks planned. This looks premeditated, strategically. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let me roll the clip.
I want to be abused daddy. I want like some hardcore BDSM action though. And then she says, I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me daddy. And you can see when these text messages were released, you can see it says like from Gabby to owner. So it's painting a picture that their relationship was giving that, you know, there was role play and everything that were happening.
So we just pulled up to the grocery store and I'm about to up.
I guess that's her right
never
there.
Do that. I'm gonna be completely normal.
She look like a baby.
No,
What's wrong with your boy Shannon?
Let's go.
$100 million gone, nigga. You kind of hating on me. You let get over there and talk down on me. Now I don't want to come to your podcast no more. You done something to a white girl. I'm with them white folk. Hang him. I'm with them motherfucking white folk. Hang that nigga. And I believe her. I don't think she lying. I don't think these white people sent this white girl to get you. I think you like raw meat. You like raw. You like your steak medium rare. I like mine.
You like them young. Hey Drake, heard you like them young.
Here's everything you need to know about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. I mean, you probably don't need to know any of this, but now that you've been added to the group chat, whether you wanted to or not.
All right, she about to break it down, so let's follow up. I got something to say right after this. Let's go.
As well catch up and know the facts. Shannon Sharpe, Pro Football Hall of Famer, media personality. I saw as of recently he was supposed to sign an $100 million media deal. He is facing a lawsuit where he is getting accused of assault, shaker, and battery, and engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed anonymously in Nevada by Jane Doe, which means she's doing this all anonymously. I hope you didn't actually think her name was Jane Doe. She said that she was in a rocky but consensual relationship with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years. She says that she met Shannon when she was 19 years old at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023. Keep in mind, Shannon is 56. I digress.
That's crazy.
They had a consensual relationship for around 2 years, and then he assault shakered her in October of 2024, and then again in January of 2025. This is Tony Busby. He's the one filing this lawsuit. He's a trial lawyer from Houston who has filed over 20 lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. He filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z, and now Shannon Sharpe. He also was a part of the legal team that won settlements against Deshaun Watson for being accused of SA of over 24 massage therapists. Jane Doe is seeking $50 million in damages. Shannon and his lawyers have denied all of this and called it a shakedown and an attempt to get millions out of him. Jane Doe said that Shannon progressively got more violent with her. He was recording their meetings, without her consent. The lawsuit also says that he would threaten to off her if she denied his advances. Jane Doe's lawyers released an audio clip where Shannon said that he was going to choke the out of her.
Well, what, Gabby?
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well,
sound like an airhead.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public.
Wow.
Big black guy chose small white woman.
That right there to me sounds like role playing. I don't know, cosplay. Y'all let me know right now, but that does not sound like someone who's like trying to intimidate someone or manipulate someone. Sounds like they're enjoying this right here. It sounds like these are the kind of conversations they have. It's just we're not here to hear how it first originated, like that first conversation where they agreed to this type of conversation. You understand? That's what we're not gonna hear. We're just gonna hear this right here, bits and pieces. And yes, to the blind eye or the dumb ears, this is gonna sound crazy right here. No lie.
It's not a good book, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you did to me.
Huh?
This audio sounded like a recorded phone call. Shannon's lawyer said that Shannon tried to offer her $10 million to settle the case before the lawsuit was filed, but she declined.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations?
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail.
The fact that she wants 50 million when he was on his way to 100 seems a little bit suspicious and odd to me, right? How convenient. But on another note, I know a lot of people are saying, well, why would he agree or offer 10 million if he's innocent? I'm gonna tell you like this. Some people, they just want to pay for things to go away. They got the money to do it, even though they know. They just don't want to go through that time, that frustration. There's a lot to lose. It's more than the 10 million that he's gonna lose. You understand? So I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. You wasn't there. We will have to see with the end results. All we could do right now is only assume.
And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas, publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual. So we were of the belief on our side that we had an agreement without any warning. Not even the mediator, who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed.
Mr. Davis, last Friday, Front Office Sports reported Mr. Sharpe was in line for a $100 million deal for his podcast.
Yep.
On Sunday, the lawsuit was filed. Is there a timing issue here?
This is one of those two facts line up one after the other where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money, so the relationship became transactional. This is who she is.
That's crazy.
By the facts. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just describing two facts that she...
I'm going to tell you like this. Ain't no pussy in the world worth $50,000. I don't care what you say. Now, however, yeah, you just probably wanted to experience it, so... You know, you have the money to spare, so you're using it like a tool. Cool. But me, per se, I'm going to tell you like this. No pussy in this world is worth $50,000 each time to hit. You understand what I'm saying? Especially that one right there. She looks super bland. I don't know what his issue is, but I guess, hey, once a lame, always a lame. That was some lame stuff he was doing. She was treating him like a lame. I heard conversations how she was talking to him, and let's just say she was the one sound like she was big pimping. Oh man,
charged him money or asked for money. She's on OnlyFans and charges people money to do role playing, and that for that reason, I'm going to let the inference be decided by everybody that her knowledge that Mr. Sharpe was about to receive a very lucrative contract based upon his talent and his abilities, and he's extremely capable on television and very knowledgeable, not only as a great former professional athlete, but I believe as a very credible and likable television presentation, that he has great value in his podcast and his positions on television. She knew that, took advantage of it, and I have described this in my opinion, it's my opinion only, that this is classic definition of blackmail, especially when you know the party you're blackmailing is about to be making a lot of money. In my opinion, that gives the greatest leverage to a blackmailer, and I believe there's a reasonable inference that one led to the other. Others might disagree. I'm sure Mr. Busby would make his own argument that this is not blackmail and that this is reasonable and that there's nothing to do with Mr. Sharpe's sudden announcement by somebody else, not by him, about a lucrative contract, had nothing to do with the plaintiff suddenly deciding to break off negotiation after she was offered tens of millions of dollars and suddenly to file a lawsuit. And why she did that and why her lawyer did that is up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharpe did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10. That's all I'm willing to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million. I'd like to condition my last answer as I was not in the room for the mediation effort. It is possible it is only 10 million as the last offer. So I'll at least say at least 10 million, subject to my confirming whether there were any numbers exchanged higher than 10 million. So let me correct what I said, that it's at least a $10 million offer that had been made and that they walked away from.
Jane Doe's suit also refers to a separate lawsuit that Shannon is facing in New York with a woman named Michelle Evans, who claims that Shannon was in a relationship with her for over a decade, but assault shakered her during an argument in 2010. Shannon made a public statement on Instagram claiming that Tony Busby is orchestrating all of this to take down a black man and draw on racial stereotypes.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by
I don't
Tony
think
Busby,
he should have did this right.
who has targeted Jay-Z.
He panicking.
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out.
Hey.
I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly, on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down.
One thing I'm going to say is this, though. You knew she was an OnlyFans girl, and this is no shade to OnlyFans women, but you supposed to know she's out only for $1. That is all. There's no morals. She values nothing but the dollar. You should have known that it was transactional, but instead you took it a step further. Now look at you.
My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you.
We know what it's about, but you still played
like
yourself.
I always do. I love all you guys.
And stop panicking.
This is where it gets weird and people are asking to be taken out of the group chat. Shannon's lawyers released explicit text messages from Jane Doe to Shannon to set the record straight. In these texts, she seems to be saying that she wants baby gravy and his big black baby in her.
Let me holler. Fuck me with the dog collar. I'm suing your black ass for $50 million.
Nah, that was a nice hook.
Lakers and fire. Nah, Shannon Sharpe actually freaked the fuck out. I thought my Michelle was bad. Gabrielle, what the hell? That's my Michelle. Lakers and fire. What you mean, baby gravy?
Word.
Baby gravy? She want me to put a big black baby in her?
Yeah, she's...
Is this race play? Baby gravy. Who's the real Slim Shady? Give me that big black baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I can speak for everybody when I say we've had enough of your escapades. Trick or treat, super freak, $25,000 each cheap. Lakers and vibe. Nothing else for 2025. Matter of fact, for the whole decade, you're cut off. No more. NBA, SGA, make them bitches sign an NDA. This dating thing. Cause it's Mo is different now. Than when you and
she tried to warn him,
baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn,
Mo. Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old.
I don't know what she talking about though, but see, 20 was reaching with that one. I would say for his age, 30. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. 30. I mean, she's a grown adult at 30. He in his 50s. If she see beauty in him, that's on her. Don't get involved. Don't have an opinion. Let them rock. But a 20-year-old, she just jumped off the porch. She was just a teenager. Come on, that's too soon. You gotta let her flourish a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her brain develop. Forget about the body. The brain gotta develop. You didn't hear that conversation? Sounds like a straight airhead. And you're getting got by an airhead. Wow, that's diabolical.
You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit.
Toast and butter?
I was going to be scared.
That's going to make your energy back down, baby.
Old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody
Need
named
some
Elladora,
beats, pause.
old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like
and she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack.
Hey, yo, Miss Elladora sounds crazy.
And you put it in my beep, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. If that didn't happen, I'm going to be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I guess these are the text messages that they're talking about when, you know, things went left. Let's just say the BDSM type of stuff. I don't know what's going on with people. I mean, hey, listen, if you want to be a freak, you could be a freak. But all I'm saying is keep it behind closed doors. We don't need to know all of this right here.
Nah, we agreed on this. I'm not going to be like, I'll call you later, because I'm feeling like this is a setup right here.
Absolutely.
As soon as you text me this, I'm going to feel a little, and nobody's just going to respond, I'll call you later. You're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
We both agreed to this. You know, like, this is part of the game. Like, nobody's going to respond with that, which scares me. But like Charlamagne said, shut the F up. Let the facts play out in court, because right now, all this talking is doing too much.
Audio.
And it's making it worse.
audio
Even audio. And she was like,
text.
you're manipulating me. Like, even that would have been like, oh, nah. Okay, I see what this is. You know what I'm saying? Unless they were
sounds like a little
kid.
kid.
Change that right from the door.
Oh, yeah,
like, what are you talking about? Like, no. Like, let's not play this game. Are you taping me? Because last night we was good with this. Like,
But that right there shows you alone that basically he wasn't dumbfounded. They were role playing. She was playing the airhead girl, and he was playing this naive guy. You understand? They were role playing. Do you not see it?
Well, his attorney is saying that these text messages all only show that the woman in question likes and acts for fantasy role playing and other forms of unusual sexual behavior. And they shut down the idea that, you know, they're still denying any sexual assault allegations or anything of that nature. I did reach out to Attorney Busby, though, because that audio we listened to, it wasn't in full. It was like a little bit over a minute. And I'm like, yo, why would you only release that? And he said to me, he said, I'm not trying this case in the press. We released this only because Shannon Sharpe's lawyer chose to attempt to discredit and dox Jane Doe by releasing multiple texts with no context.
I don't believe that right there. I think Mr. Busby, right? Allegedly, this is what I think. I think he's just a money chaser. He's like an ambulance chaser. You understand? He just chases wherever he feels the pot of gold is going to be. And you see he got shut down by Jay-Z and them. Hopefully it works this way, but it looked like everyone is jumping ship on Shannon right now. You know, recently, there's a recent story saying that he either got fired or he quit from ESPN. So, hey, the domino effect has started. It is over for your boy. When I say over, I'm not saying entirely. All I'm saying is any future endeavors that he got going on, it's 86. Consider that null and void. And that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt. I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like the girl knew what she was doing. Someone told her to do this. Or someone put the idea in her mind. And she executed it. Conveniently, she has all the proof. You got to pay attention to that. But then again, everything that was spoken on the phone call is the very same thing that she's advertising on her OnlyFans page. These are the kind of fantasies that she's into for exchange of money. You know what I mean? So she monetizes off of this behavior. I don't even know how they're entertaining it this far, especially with the lawyer who's going after Shannon. All I'm saying is, look, Shannon, you're a freak, cool, it's all right. There's no harm in being a freak. However, my boy, you messed up by messing with a 20-year-old. You started dealing with her when she was 19. Boy, that's a different type of freak right there. I don't know what's wrong with you, and then you had a relationship with her. Like, what you was going to keep her to when? She's not a pet. She's not an animal. Eventually, you're going to start looking different to her, and she not going to go for it. So, psychologically, both of y'all are bugged out. Something wrong with you mentally and something wrong with her mentally. You could have went as low as 30. 20 was pushing it. I feel like this is a far reach. You know what I mean? He's going to have to learn his lesson off of this right here. But I feel like he's being targeted at the end of the day. If you disagree or agree, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel.